What's going on, guys? CynFtWProductions here, and yeah, there's lost some footage. Really unfortunate, very frustrating, but I lost all the footage for our second round exit once again. But if I wish you guys could have seen the games, because these first three games especially were insane, because we outshot them 40-18 in this game. We outshot them like 33 to less than 20 again. Like, we kept them below 10 shots for 2 periods in this one. And then in this one, we had a, I think, yeah, we had a two goal lead in the third period, and they scored 2 in the last 5 minutes, and then 1 in overtime. And we outshot them again by, in this one went to overtime. We almost had 50 shots to their, like, maybe they hit 30. And I don't even think they hit 30. I think it was like mid-20s. So it was just insane. We were getting beat by 92 overall Hellebuck, who I am convinced is a curse because I talked so much trash on him in my Be a Pro when I was in Winnipeg, because he was terrible. And we win 2 games here. This is another game. We allowed 3 goals in the last 10 minutes this time, after outplaying him for the entire game again. And then we won in overtime, luckily. We came back. You know, we were blowing them out, 6-1, and then in the last 10 minutes, they scored 2 more goals. So it was pretty clear that, like, oh, we are not gonna have all the puck luck in this one, And then of course in this one, we were, we jumped out to a, it was tied. We tied it up, and then we took a 2-1 lead, and then it just kind of fell apart from there. Once again, this one, it's actually they played almost as well as us. These 3 games, like, they were pretty even in shots and stuff. But every time where we dominated these guys, these first 3 games, the first 4 games basically, we absolutely dominated them. This one we still dominated them, not as much in the, like as you can tell, like by how much we had the puck and stuff. Like, they definitely got their chances, but again, every single game we just completely outplayed these guys. Besides this one, it was an even match, and then we finally lost. But these first 3 games were so heartbreaking because, like I said, we were just flat out getting beat by a 92 overall goaltender. Like, their defensive core is not that good. Their top 2 is 286s. They have, I'll show you their lines. You can see, and their top scorers. Of course, I'll show you what line. Actually, I'll be like, yeah, I'll show you what line their top scorers are. I'm sure you could guess though. All right, so yeah, here's their lines. And guess which one was their top scoring line? Yep, that fucking second line. I get beat by shitty second lines. That's just my lot. They did not, they got a lot of points. They got a lot of points. They have pretty much as their first line does. More than a lot of their first line does. Didn't matter who I played there. Didn't matter if I put our first line down against them. They still scored because reasons, I don't know. This is their defensive core, as I was saying. That's nothing. That's nothing great. I mean, yeah, sure, these guys are top 4s technically, but like, they're not that great. And then that's their goaltending duo is incredible. They're spending a crap ton on goaltenders, so they're not gonna have. But yeah, they got this guy to a long-term contract. I was thinking about maybe playing dirty and somehow taking this guy away from him, but it would involve a trade and a trade. Who I would have to look around in the East somewhere, so I don't have to face this guy all the time. He can get beat by the computers somewhere in the East, so we could trade for this guy and ship him elsewhere, because I'm fucking tired of Hellebuck, dude. His stats are insane. Oh, he's too good, man. And I don't want that 6-year contract. He's gonna be declining. So we'd have to like ship him off somewhere and just ruin Winnipeg. We gotta make these guys terrible. I don't know how. Just that statistical growth. Anyway, I've been having a lot of evil thoughts basically since since just getting beat by Hellebuck. I've been having a lot of evil thoughts. Starting to think I gotta be a little more crafty in some of my GM skills. But I'll show you. Like, I'll show you our team stats and our player stats, because it looks like when you look at them, they look like that of a winning team. They really do. I'll show you. So if you like check in on our stats from, look at it, and still it looks really good. Even after the second series. Look at this. Do you think this team is out of the playoffs? You think a team like this is out of the playoffs? No, the answer is no. This team is not out of the playoffs. Look at that. The power play was still good. The penalty kill was still okay. We didn't take that many penalties. It's just, we literally, this was literally a series where we got beat by a goaltender. And, you know, I'm not too upset because it was a really, really good goaltender. It's just, it really sucks because our offense was incredible. What I was bummed about is like that their second line was their top scorers in that series. That doesn't make any sense to me because, like, no matter who we put on there, like, even our second pairing D is good, our second line is good, our first line is good. Those are the only, I don't know. It just trips me out how terrible second lines are always scoring on me somehow. Yeah, you might be able to blame it on Jacuzzi, but I will show you his stats, and they are not terrible. You look at a goalie stats like that, and you're like, yeah, that's a goalie who gives his team a chance to win. Those stats are pretty damn good. Those are great stats. You can't really say anything wrong about them. And even look at his record. I mean, he was, you know, 6-4-1. It's just, he did great. There's nothing wrong with Jacuzzi. He did fine. Yeah, maybe he could have done better, but he's not a 92 overall. Yeah, we have a great defensive core, but that probably helped him out a bit. I mean, look at the point scoring we were getting. Look at the point scoring we're getting from everywhere. Now, the weaker parts, you know, you can look at the second line, you know, O'Donnell, Tanev, and being like, oh, those are pretty weak. But you got to remember, playoff numbers. These are decent playoff numbers. Not great, but they're decent. You know, you're at what, 0.5 point a game, basically. That's pretty damn decent, especially for the playoffs. And look at our first line. Now, yeah, a lot of this is from the first round, but you know, we did get some scoring in this one too, and you know, when we needed to, these guys were able to show up. It's just that those games that Hellebuck was able to steal, we couldn't match that. And I think that's the one final piece we're maybe missing, is just that incredible. But it seems like even if we had, like, even when we had Gibson in an incredible defensive core, it's just we never really had that, the insane shutdown. And you know, I don't know, but I think we got to start playing dirty. You know, I've made this team kind of almost as good as I can almost make it. Where the final step is getting the elite young goaltender who's gonna, you know, perhaps become high 90s or at least be able to sim good enough. And we still have Cool to test out, and I want to give him a fair shot. So I think next year we might be doing some manual goalie rotations and really figuring out who we're gonna start in the playoffs and who the team plays better behind, because. Yeah, as of right now, we need to start playing. We need to start playing a bit differently because we have a great team. I think we also need to look into messing up Winnipeg. They're in our division, which is the worst part because we're almost guaranteed to face them in the playoffs. So if we can somehow come up with a deal to ship off Hellebuck and then also trade him again, like a trade and trade to somewhere in the East that we don't maybe need to worry about, but someone who needs a goaltender, I think that would be very doable. All right, so this concludes the little wrap-up. I was just going to do one entire video, but I might as well do this little wrap-up here, and then we'll be doing the draft and stuff in the next video. So thanks for watching. I do apologize for the lost footage, but hopefully you guys appreciate the little recap and a little bit of delving into GM Sin's mind here about how we're going to start playing against a league that seems to be very, very tough no matter how good we make our team. All right, so I'll see you in the next one.